versus Mizoram there at the border. In the national capital, it's becoming Didi versus Centre. Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee today dramatically set up a 2-member judicial commission to inquire into the Pegasus Snoopgate allegations. Ms. Banerjee claims she was forced to order the probe, as she says the centre appears unwilling to do so. Remember, the Bengal Chief Minister's nephew, Abhishek Banerjee, and her election strategist, Prashant Kishore, are among the potential hacking targets. What does all this mean on a day when Parliament was once again adjourned over Pegasus Gate? It's our big talking point.
The political war over Pegasus Snoopgate escalates. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has fired another salvo, the most decisive so far from the opposition camp. The TMC government has launched a judicial investigation into the scandal that has revealed many opposition names as potential hacking targets. Mamata's nephew, Abhishek Banerjee, also figures on the list of the targets. Former Supreme Court Judge Madan Bhimrao Lokur and former Calcutta High Court Chief Justice Jyotirmay Bhattacharya are the members of the commission. Meanwhile, the battle over Pegasus continued in the Parliament as well. Both houses of Parliament faced disruptions over allegations of snooping for the 5th consecutive day.
Please go to your seats. I am responding.
Congress, TMC, Left, DMK and Aam Aadmi Party members trooped into the well, raising slogans against the government.
अभी लग रहा है कि हमारी सरकार टैक्स पेयर्स के पैसे, मतलब आपके पैसे खर्च करके अपनी ही निजी राजनीतिक एडवांटेज के लिए ये काम किया है। ये तो बहुत बुरी बात है हमारे लोकतंत्रता के लिए। यही विषय है कि हम चाहते हैं कि सरकार इस विषय पर चर्चा करे, और सरकार तो तैयार नहीं है
कि जिन मुद्दों पर भी आप चर्चा करना चाहते हैं, डिबेट करना चाहते हैं, आप जो है वो नोटिस दीजिए। स्पीकर और चेयरमैन साहब तय करेंगे कि किन नियमों के तहत चर्चा होगी और कब चर्चा होगी। अब दिक्कत यह है कि ना ये डिबेट चाहते हैं, ना डिस्कशन चाहते हैं, ना डिसीजन चाहते हैं, ये सिर्फ डिस्ट्रप्शन चाहते हैं।
More action on political front is likely this week. Mamata Banerjee has reached Delhi to lay the foundation for the national alliance she has envisaged. From farmers' protests to COVID mismanagement to price rise and now to Snoopgate, key opposition parties are looking to work in tandem as they try to corner the Modi government in the Parliament. Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's raise the big questions right at the very top. Mamata Banerjee's move on Snoopgate, is this more political than legal? Is a judicial probe the only way to get to the truth of whether phones were hacked? Will it be mandatory for central police officers to cooperate with Mamata's probe? Is evidence in the hacking going to be very tough to get? Those are some of the questions right at the very top. Justice A.K. Ganguly, former judge of the Supreme Court, joins me. Appreciate your joining us, sir. Bishwajit Bhattacharya, former Additional Solicitor General of the country, and Vikas Singh, also a former ASG and senior advocate. Thank you all very much for joining me on the show. First, you, Justice Ganguly. Two senior judges, one a former acting Chief Justice of the Kolkata High Court and the other a former Supreme Court Judge, Madan Lokur, appointed as a 2-member commission by the Bengal government.
Not acting.
Yes.
He was Chief Justice.
He was Chief Justice. My apologies. Your view?
I tell you,
your view, do you believe that this probe, therefore...
I'll tell you, this...
Go ahead. Do you believe this probe has validity?
The political controversy... Yes, I'll tell you, I don't say anything on the political controversy arising out of this, but I look at it from a strictly legal point of view.
Yes.
You see, such a probe can be set up, an inquiry committee can be set up only under the Commissions of Inquiry Act 1952, I understand. Now, under that act, Section 3 says an appropriate government can set it up. Now, the appropriate government has been defined under Section 2 of the Act. Section 2 says that if the matter relates to any of the entries in List 1, which is not outside List 2 and List 3, then the state government cannot set it up.
So you
see, if we look at the List 1 of the 7th schedule of the Constitution, kindly see, item number 31 in the said list reads, posts and telegraphs, telephones, wireless, broadcasting, and other like forms of communication. So the whole thing falls under this item in list 1. That being the legal position under the Constitution. If you look at the definition of appropriate government under 2II of the Act, it clearly says that an appropriate government, the state government in relation to commission appointed by it to make an inquiry into any matter relatable to any of the entries enumerated in list 2 and list 3, not in list 1. So this is a matter enumerated in list 1.
So you're saying the state government cannot
So
form,
therefore,
you're saying the state government cannot legally form a commission of inquiry.
I have doubts about this.
You have doubts about it. Biswajit Bhattacharya, you're hearing Justice Ganguly.
The Act says so.
You're hearing Justice
The Act
Ganguly
says
saying
so.
that the Commission of Inquiry Act puts certain limitations on what a state government can do. Do you believe that Mamata Banerjee could suo moto in the manner that she has done, set up a commission of inquiry?
100%. I respectfully disagree vehemently. And I'm surprised at the remarks made by Justice Ganguly, because list 2 and list 3 are abundantly clear. List 3 talks about public order, police. List 3 talks about, criminal law. It talks about CRPC. It talks about preventive
but
detention.
kindly see list.
So Justice Ganguly
So 1 minute, so one by one, sir.
Mr. Bhattacharya, kindly 1 minute.
Justice Ganguly,
1 minute. May I just...
Sir, just a minute, Justice Ganguly.
I am really appalled. I am really appalled that
Just
Justice
put the sound down,
Ganguly
please.
can ignore list 2 and list 3 and focus on entry 1 as if it is just post office doing something, some broadcasting something. This is a national threat. This is a national security. This comes under criminal law.
No, so can only the center, no. But Mr. Bhattacharya, is it not true, therefore, that only the center can order a probe of this nature? Are you saying the state government can? They have the locus to do so?
101% under Section 3 of the Commission of Inquiry Act 1952. Both central government and state government, they have concurrently, they have the jurisdiction and power. And if central government so far, instead of sleeping and evading the issue and obfuscating the whole issue, should have suo moto acted, but once the state government has taken the stand, now the central government is precluded from appointing another commission of inquiry as long as the state government commission of inquiry is functional, until and unless the central government wants.
But how does the state government, Mr. Bhattacharya, how does the state government then order central government officers from the intelligence bureau, from let's say those in the telecom ministry at the center to appear before it? Can they do that?
Of course they can do that. Section 4, subclause small a is abundantly clear. They can summon and enforce attendance of any person from any part of India and examine an oath. And Section 1(2) reads, the Act extends to the whole of India. Rajdeep, in a situation where only the state government can inquire by the very deft handling of the West Bengal government in rising to the occasion of saving India's parliamentary democracy, when the central government is sleeping.
Okay, that's
why central government.
You're saying if the central government refuses to act, the state government can.
It has all India jurisdiction.
Okay.
Rajdeep state government has all India jurisdiction under Section 4, subclause A.
Okay, that's contentious. 1 minute.
On a national television channel will make this kind of statements.
1 minute, Mr. Bhattacharya. Vikas Singh is waiting to join in. Mr. Vikas Singh, do you agree with the vehemence with Mr. Bhattacharya saying that 101% a state government can order a probe into the Pegasus Snoopgate revelations?
Well, I'm totally in agreement with Mr. Biswajit Bhattacharya. If you see the nature of the inquiry that is to be done, And if you see the way the notification has been drafted, it is more than clear that it is completely a state subject. In fact, there would have been a question if this kind of an inquiry had been done by the center. Probably that question would have arisen, that whether this is a policing. But of course, center, there are some concurrent list issues where center also could have come in, but definitely state has the power to set up an inquiry. And once the state, because as Justice Ganguly is saying, if you look at telegraph, there is no telegraph tender or something, telegraph contract which is being sought to be inquired into. It's not the real substance of the inquiry is not telegraph or the line.
Sir, but the ordering, just a minute. The ordering of the hacking, if it was, or the authorization that was given for snooping surveillance could have only been given by a central government. Now that would involve central government officers. Are you telling me, sir, that the state government ordered commission can actually summon those officers?
So, Rajdeep, if there is a consent given by the center under the Telegraph Act, as you are trying to put it to be, then you may be right. But this is not a case where the center has given any consent for an investigation or a tapping of these lines, which is the requirement under the Telegraph Act.
No, but can the center refuse? Can the center refuse, sir? What I'm trying to understand, can the center refuse to cooperate with the Bengal government, just as the Bengal government has refused to cooperate with the center at times?
No, they can't. They can't. They will have to. If the Bengal government has done something wrong, doesn't mean the center also should do something wrong. So, central government will definitely have to cooperate. All its officers will have to come into it. If this was a case where the tapping had been done under an authorization under the Indian Telegraph Act, then what Justice Ganguly is saying would be correct. But the allegation is that this snooping has been done without authorization. And this snooping, the allegation in the inquiry, the commission which has been constituted, talks of people in West Bengal who have been snooped.
Right.
Illegally, unauthorizedly, without following the procedure established by law. And that is why this inquiry is definitely can be done by the Commission of Inquiry, can be formed by the state. And now that the state has already done it, the center can't inquire. So far as the state of West Bengal people are concerned, it may, if it want to set up an inquiry, it may set up with regard to people whose phones have been tapped outside the state of West Bengal or in any other place. But
you're saying you're making an important point, because look, it's not just Mamata Banerjee's nephew Abhishek or Prashant Kishore who are based in Bengal whose phones have been tapped. Rahul Gandhi's phone allegedly was tapped. There are a number of other, several names, almost 300 in this person of interest. At the moment, though, there is no documentary evidence, Mr. Biswajit Bhattacharya, to suggest that these individuals were indeed trapped. They are potential targets. Is that enough to order a full inquiry?
Rajdeep, 16 media agencies all over the world.
Yes. I'll just come to you, Justice Ganguly, in a moment.
Including Washington Post. Please do not forget that the Bob Woodward and Bernstein brought out the fall of the US president. You are underestimating the power of the press, number one. Number two, such international news has appeared all across the world. And it is precisely because of no reason to unearth the truth, to get to the bottom of the truth. This commission of inquiry, which is headed by a judge who is by far one of the greatest judges in the history of India, as even the present Attorney General, Mr. K.K. Venugopal, stated on 31st of December, when Justice Madan Lokur retired in 2018, that with Justice Krishna Iyer, Justice Madan Lokur will go down in the history of India as one of the greatest judges. So when we have such a judge of unimpeachable ability and integrity, he will bring out along with Justice Bhattacharya, Justice Bhattacharya equally. So therefore, Rajdeep, please do not underestimate the ferocity and the power of the Commission of Inquiry Act 1952, when in a situation central government shall not the word used is shall not appoint another inquiry when one state government has appointed and it has all India jurisdiction under section 1-2.
May I raise another?
Get to the bottom of the truth. In fact, Mr. Narendra Modi, Mr. Amit Shah, they should support Mamata Banerjee in this, and the entire country should, support, so that democracy in India.
That's a political question. Okay, sir, just a minute. There is another query. Before I come to you, Justice Ganguly, one more query I wanted from Vikas Singh, which is national security. Because this is a case where the centre...
national security problem.
No, 1 minute. The centre could well say, Vikas Singh ji...
How do we know Mr. Narendra Modi has not been snooped? How do we know Mr. Modi has not been snooped?
1 minute.
How do you know Mr. Amit Shah has not been snooped?
Okay, Vikas Singh ji, what if the centre says, look, this is an issue of national security, our IT minister and our central government is fully in control, but we cannot divulge details about issues which concern national security. Is there a response to that?
So Rajdeep, when we talk of the state, unfortunately, which political party is ruling that state is immaterial. They are all the state. So whether it be the center or the state, they are all the state. And it doesn't make any difference if, as long as the state is doing it.
Can the centre claim national security, sir? Can the centre claim national security as a defense?
Even if it is, the inquiry commission is not looking into national security per se. And if the centre was really worried, it could have appointed its commission of inquiry prior in time, and then the state would have been precluded from ordering a commission of inquiry. If you ask me, ideally in this case, ideally Supreme Court should have taken suo motu cognizance. But I'm surprised suo motu...
No, you're making an important point. You think the Supreme Court should have taken suo motu cognizance?
Suo motu cognizance and ordered an inquiry where these jurisdictional issues would not have arisen at all if the Supreme Court had stepped in, because ultimately Supreme Court judges also may be snooped by this.
That's an important point you're making, Mr. Vikas Singh, which I want to take to Justice Ganguly. Here you've got Justice Ganguly, two former ASGs, very clear that the Bengal government has every right to investigate the case. People of Bengal, their phones have allegedly been hacked along with others. I want again your response. Having heard them, have you changed your mind in any way?
May I answer in my own way by referring to the language of the Constitution?
Yes.
And by not raising my voice of vehemence.
Yes.
Mr. Bhattacharya has said that about the concurrent list and the criminal laws under the concurrent list. May I read that list?
Yes.
Concurrent list 3, item 1. It says criminal laws including all matters included in the Indian Penal Code as a commencement of the Constitution, but excluding offences against laws with respect to any of the matters specified in list 1. I think Mr. Bhattacharya has missed this rider. The excluding offences against laws with respect to any of the matters specified in list 1. Both national security and because 31 is very wide, and these entries have to be, the Supreme Court has repeatedly said, have to be very widely interpreted. This not only post and
Justice Ganguly, if my right to privacy
and other forms of communication.
But Mr. Justice Ganguly, if the Chief Minister of Bengal is claiming that her phone has been hacked, if the Chief Minister of Bengal is claiming that her phone has been hacked, if her nephew's phone has been hacked, is she not entitled to order an inquiry?
Serious complaint. I am not saying it's a very, but inquiry under the Commission of Inquiry Act has to be done in accordance with that law.
Okay. Also,
look at the clear definition of appropriate government. And may I say one more thing?
Yes, sir.
If Supreme Court wants an inquiry suo motu, they don't have to follow the Commission of Inquiry Act. They can do in exercise of their power under Article 142.
Do you think the Supreme Court, sir, do you think the Supreme Court should order a suo motu inquiry?
Well, I cannot say, I cannot think on behalf of the Supreme Court. It is their wisdom to do it or not to do it.
Okay.
If they do it, the Commission of Inquiry Act restrictions will not apply.
Okay.
May I reiterate that I have the highest of respect for both Justice Lokur and Chief Justice Bhattacharya. But I am not saying anything about them. I am talking on the law.
Sir, you made your point
on anybody's personal integrity, reputation, or anything.
Sir, I take your point. You've been very clear about that. I want one final word, 30 seconds each.
I'm a retired guy. I can only speak about the law.
Sure, but Mr. Bhattacharya and Vikas Singh, I want to understand, in this case, more than 300 Indians have been snooped upon allegedly. Allegedly, no, Mr. Bhattacharya, more than 300 allegedly. They are not, it is not proven. I want to understand, can a commission of inquiry set up by the Bengal government then ask for Rahul Gandhi to submit his phone, others to submit their phones who are not residing in Bengal? Anyone within India will have to then appear before the inquiry?
May I answer you? May I answer you from the Act?
Kindly see, I'm really, I mean, I should not use any harsh words because I've been appearing before him. You know, under Justice Ganguly ignores. He reads only item 1 of concurrent list. He ignores item 2. I don't know why he is ignoring item 2. Item 2 reads criminal procedure including all matters in the Code of Criminal Procedure Code at the commencement of the Constitution. This selective,
it is
pedantic,
procedure, not law.
Narrow,
it is procedure.
Ecographic interpretation
it is procedure.
One by one, please.
Really shocked my conscience as an officer of the court.
Okay.
And number 2, Rajiv, section 4, subclause 1, summoning and enforcing attendance any person from any part of India. What is the meaning of any person from any part of India? What is the meaning of the extends to the whole of India?
Okay.
In a situation where central government has been precluded, exclusive jurisdiction is vested on the state government. Then it is the exclusive prerogative. I am sorry, central government has missed the bus.
Okay, you made that point. You believe that the failure of the central government...
Mind you, Rajiv, one last word.
Yes.
If now everybody will attempt that the matter shifts to, sort of Supreme Court, so that the services of these 2 outstanding judges which the country is going to receive to arrive at the truth is deprived.
Okay, let me take that to Vikas.
Supreme Court should not interfere. Supreme Court
That's
will
your
not
view.
have the powers of the Commission of Inquiry Act. Supreme Court cannot substitute. Supreme Court cannot substitute the powers of the Commission of Inquiry Act.
You're on a roll. Okay, Vikas Singh, very quickly, do you believe that the Supreme Court can still take up this case suo motu? There's a PIL filed before the Supreme Court. Can the court still take it, or as suggested by Mr. Bhattacharya, it should now only work under the Commission of Inquiry Act as ordered by the Bengal government?
So if the Supreme Court, somebody has already moved the Supreme Court, and if the Supreme Court so desires, it can give the stamp of approval to this very commission.
Right.
Rather than now appointing a separate commission, so that this controversy of jurisdiction is set at rest.
Okay.
And that should be the right way forward as far as this matter is concerned. And as far as asking anybody from India to come is concerned, that definitely the Commission of Inquiry has, under the Act, they have powers to call anybody. And whatever names come to the Commission, all that names, if the action is to be taken, supposing by the central government in respect of this inquiry, they will forward that report to the central government to take appropriate action. Supposing there is some material of the Home Minister being snooped upon, that information the Commission of Inquiry, when it ultimately gets, will forward it to the central government. So taking action on a report is completely different from inquiring under the Act. So that action, how it will be taken later on, will be decided only when the information comes before the Commission.
Very, very interesting. Great to have a judge and 2 former ASGs coming in, always lawyers setting light. Clearly, therefore, Mamata Banerjee has set the cat among the pigeons. That's all one can say.
May I give a clarification?
Yes, you can, sir. I owe it to you. Yes.
May I give one clarification?
Please do, sir.
Yes, you have just asked if Rahul Gandhi and others are found to be snooped.
Yes.
Whether the state government can do it and central government can sit back.
Yes.
The answer is given in section 3(2) of the Act. It says the commission may consist of 3(b). By a state government, and the central government shall not appoint another commission to inquire into the same matter, so long as the commission appointed by the state government is functioning, unless, here is the catch, the central government is of the opinion that the scope of the inquiry should be extended to 2 or more states. If the central government is of the opinion the inquiry extends outside the state of West Bengal, it has the power to set up another commission.
Okay. I think clearly, sir, I've run
Section
completely out of time because I've got other
Clause
stories.
B.
Okay, I think we've, Justice Ganguly, you've made your point. This is going to become another contentious issue. But as I keep saying, Mamata Banerjee in this case has clearly made the first move and set the cat among the pigeons. Thank you all very much for joining me now. All of